Welcome aboard Qo'noS Va. I am Chancellor Gorkon, and if you know nothing about Star Trek, or if you have been a fan of Star Trek for a long time, this channel is for you. Please like, please subscribe, please turn on bell notifications, please share, please become a patron. Join us on Patreon, support us so we can keep bringing you Star Trek content. Subscribers get extra videos and patrons get the full unedited commentaries. Kapla! So earlier I was talking about Uhura and Whoopi Goldberg. The story is one of the reasons why Whoopi Goldberg went into television was because when she was a little girl, she was watching Star Trek on TV and she saw Uhura and she said, "Mama, mama, there's a black lady on TV and she ain't nobody's maid." And there's another story, which is that, the 60s, the civil rights movement, Uhura was thinking, or Nichelle Nichols, the actor, was thinking of leaving the show. And then one day, she was at some kind of party or something, and then she turned around to see who was standing behind her, and it was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And they were talking, and then she was talking about how she was thinking of leaving the show. And he told her, "You can't leave the show because there's so little representation of black people on American television, and it's usually negative. And so it's very important for you to be on the show." So now they're talking to Lieutenant MacGyvers. That's who this person is. And Lieutenant MacGyvers is because they've bumped into an old ship, and Lieutenant MacGyvers is an expert on that period of history in Earth, and that's why they want to talk to her, bring her on the away team. What's an away team? Whenever they send a team of people from the ship to somewhere else, they call it an away team. So you're already picking up on all the terminology. So your Star Trek friends, they're gonna love you even more. You're gonna have more friends, more nerdy friends, geeky friends, Star Trek friends, more virgin friends. Now they're in the transporter room. Now you just heard Kirk call McCoy Bones. That's his nickname. Spock, Kirk, and Bones, or McCoy. And that guy in the red, he's the chief engineer, Scotty, and he operates the transporter. So they're transporting now. And now they're transporting aboard the ship, and they're going to see what's on the ship. So they just found this ship. What's on this ship? This old Earth ship. What's it doing out here? And well, let's find out, because that's what we're here to do, to explore space. To explore strange new worlds or ships. So basically what they're going to find is that people are frozen, basically. They were frozen, but they're still alive due to long space travel. So that they can survive the long space travel. The theory is that it takes less energy to give them oxygen, food, etc., when they're constantly asleep. And that was now it's a little fake because we're already in the 21st century and a war was supposed to have happened, World War III by now, and then that's when this ship was sent out into space. And then many years later in the future in Star Trek, Humanity has solved all of its problems, and we can travel at warp speed. What is warp speed? That's faster than light. So now, not only have we solved all our problems, we can travel into space at warp speed, which is why we don't need to freeze people anymore. We can travel at warp speed. We have the energy to do so. So now they found someone. And it looks like, he could be the leader of this ship. And it looks like by the design of his free frozen bed, his cryo tube, he was supposed to be the leader, supposed to be awakened first. And there he is, the one, the only, Ricardo Montalban, the handsome, not as handsome as me. But no one's as handsome as me. Very interesting. The character is Indian. His name is Khan Singh, and he's Indian, but he was played by a Puerto Rican American actor, Ricardo Montalban. So what do? He's dying, and Kerc, of course, who leaps before he looks, he just breaks open the tube and lets the guy out. Because that's Kerc. He's a man of action. He's also, in many episodes, quite misogynist. He's always getting all the women, all the alien women, He's very old school alpha male, space alpha male. And you could talk about maybe there's some symbolism here going on, because what we'll see is that two alpha males are going to conflict. So this person they just woke up, he's actually the villain, which you'll see. And there's the iconic, everything is iconic. The uniforms, their weapons, their communicators. Interesting, did you notice that communicator? It flipped open. It was a flip phone. They predicted flip phones back in the 60s. Art imitates life, and sometimes life imitates art.